Right, let's head for Goetuous Port. Can we make it a leisurely walk? I guess. Why? It's been yonk since I last went home to Tantal. I've been thinking of Indol as my home so long now it feels weird to leave. I want to enjoy my last moments here. You can be shockingly sentimental sometimes. I know, shocking, isn't it? Shut up, you two. I thought you'd be the type to like puns. I guess it's more Morag's thing. Think about it, she would totally crack puns when you least expect it in a completely deadpan tone. Gonna take some Indoline presents for the folk you haven't seen in a while? Ha! As if my old man would want any of that. Come on, let's start walking to Goetuous Port. You could grab a swig of Odifa along the way. They don't have that stuff in Tantal, so this could be your last chance. I said shut up already! Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is the coolest bot I have ever said these words in. That kind of causes a lot of canon issues now, doesn't it, if I actually am the person. But anyway, this time, we find ourselves in Indol and we're gonna have a leisurely stroll to the end of it. Now, I want to go into our equipment because in Temperantia, I picked up one beta scope. Reduces enemy break resistance. This is just the common version of it, so it's not as big of a chance, but basically enemies tend to not really care about topple resistance or launch resistance. This is a flat 25% subtracted from the enemy's break resistance. Affects bosses, affects everything. So by putting this on Nia and just having her do break arts all the time, we're gonna be able to get through bosses and unique monsters having high break resistance. This is quite possibly the greatest accessory in the game, and it's right when you go into Temperantia in that chest near the port. Grab it if you have not before going any further. It's the best. Second, the Zekinator wanted a casual stretch through town. We got side quests. It's not the only thing we're doing today. We will be making progress in the story, but we can go do this really quick. We won't be here for long. There's only one I want to do, and it's not you. It's back this way. Mololo, Mololo. Oh, friends listen to Mololo. Mololo have a little problem right now. Maybe friends can help. Is no problem really. Just want friends to ask you questions of warrior monks in Sanctum. Mololo so especially interested in number of guards in Sanctum at night. Is that right? Friends might not guess, but Mololo, budding journalist, want to write article about security of Indol, but then captured by zealous old preacher man during investigation. So now so busy listening to him that Mololo cannot investigate anything. So maybe friends could investigate instead. Quick. Leave it to me. Sounds like a very legitimate pursuit that we could help him out with while being the heroes of this tale. So, completing quests gives you trust for blades. And Zeke's only got 2 to his name. What do you say we change that by going into managed blades and overdriving someone for the very first time? Zeke has an absurdly good bitball set, and Morag just isn't gonna do anything with Boreas. Heck, she's already given us all the voice lines of her saying Boreas that she's ever gonna say for the whole game. So we'll overdrive him over to Zeke, and we'll see him for the first time with him. If you can give him a bitball, do, right away. Specifically in his set, Pulverizing Dunk. This doesn't look like much right now, just kind of another art, but look at that recharge. 5, and it hits in a circle around the user. We got 9 recharge there, 8, 11. This is one of the shortest cooldowns, possibly even the shortest cooldown of any art in the game. And with the right buffs, you can get this to the point where it cancels into itself for an infinite combo. This is used in time attack, it's that good. In the upper sanctum, we're just talking to everyone now, aren't we? We're Mr. Popular.
What will we find?
What will we find indeed? It just sounds so enthusiastic. It's a little weird how Alpha uses those lines if she's the active one, but I understand. Poppy's going through the stages of life. Oh, who am I kidding? It does bother me. It's yet another way that I kind of just wish that we got Lila's Tora's next blade and not another form of Poppy. Theodoro.
It's so tough in here lately with the anti-flag protest getting random us guards down at a moment's rest. Do you those idiots say they're getting rid of blades and they're gonna stop wars from happening? Say that, no, it's not gonna be rational, man. Good luck with your research now.
You were a load of help. I accomplished so much by talking to you, I have now drooled all over my hand. Thank you. It's my own damn fault. I can't really do it. Oh, okay, we got another one.
Sorry, I can't really talk right now. Maybe when my guard shifts over, Indol may be safer than most nations, but I can't wipe out Cray entirely. And that, my friend, is why men like me have to give careful watch every hour of the day. So yeah, don't distract me, okay?
Yes, sir. Oh, man, I don't want to make you mad. Evale, you again. What's up?
For some reason, I can't forget the sight of Lady Hand's face as she gazed the hand and tailed the
Oh, this is sad. She looks so strangely melancholy. I can't imagine what must have been going through her mind. That's what he sounds like underneath the veil. Oh, our innkeeper of sorts has this. Something new to say. Hey. Oh, hello again. I'm very sorry, but only guests with special permission are permitted to stay here. Might I suggest you stay at the inn in Goetua's Port instead? I look forward to the day when I can welcome you here once more. Blessings be with you. Who's staying in here and isn't me? Nadio. Nadio? So here's the thing, yeah?
Research? You're looking into the security of Indol? Oh, go on then. I'll tell you what I want to know. Just don't mention me in the article, okay? There are 23 guards here at night. Is that what you were after? No, I'm going to get up to that guard station, so please don't tell anyone you saw me here.
I'm having way too much fun with these guys. We're back! Welcome back, friends. 23 guards in Sanctum at night. Thanks much for valuable info. My dear Malolo, you wouldn't happen to be plotting anything unsavory again now, would you? Meh? Why Malolo would plot such things? Malolo just here to listen to inspiring talks about glorious teachings of Praetor Amalthus. Very well, I will trust you in this. Really, truly? By the by, perhaps could you ask these fine people to deliver the item we were discussing to Melusio? Is really necessary? Your path forward will not reveal itself until you take action, young one. Okay then. Could friends do one more little favor for Malolo? Malolo want friends to deliver platinum music box to Melusio at Goetua's Port. Leave it to us. Hey Poppy, have you got a special feature that take care of this in 2 seconds flat? Poppy have many features, but none quite that specialized. We'll take at least 3 seconds. It's called skip travel. Poppy's the reason you can do it. My thanks to you all. Young Malolo, your future will surely be blessed by the architect. Good luck with errand. Nice, convenient little quest. Melusio, man, you sound like you're an Italian man. I like the name. Here, friend, take. What's this you have brought? A platinum music box? Why, this is the very same music box that was stolen from me. I see. So you were the culprits. Come to turn yourselves in, is that it? Then I shall pass judgment in the name of Praetor Amalthus. So, here's the thing, yeah? Oh, you were just asked to bring this by a Napon named Malolo. Do you know where I might find this Napon perchance? Please, take me to him. Evildoers must be judged. Roger that. Malolo offer deepest gratitude to friends for completing errand. This is Malolo, and you're sure he is the Napon who stole my platinum music box? He does not strike me as a dastardly criminal. Chief of Guard Melusio, most correct. Malolo is sinful Napon, has made many terrible mistakes. But wonderful old man, Sephrian, kindly grant Malolo forgiveness in name of Praetor Amalthus. Malolo is changed Napon, devoted to path of goodness. We must trust in young Malolo's words. Nobody is beyond salvation. The Praetor's teachings and this glory of Indol have saved this poor sinner's soul. My dream is to convey the Praetor's teachings to all the people of Allrest. Old man Sephrian most wise. Malolo follow teachings for all life now. If the devout master Sephrian is convinced, I suppose it is not my place to argue. Everything okay now? Thanks to friends, Malolo is free from life of sin. My dear friends, you have saved poor young Malolo from his own sinful heart and righted his past wrongdoings. Would you care to become my disciples? Sorry, not happening. Would have liked to study teachings with friends. Very much disappoint. Ah, yes. Malolo tells me he has caused you a great deal of trouble, correct? Please take this as compensation. It is only right that a master should atone for his disciples' failings. This is of little use to me, with my oath of non-violence, but perhaps you will find some use for it. What exactly we were taught? I don't know. Rare core crystal? Zeke, how about you wake up your first one? Sure, View Awakening. I would actually like for you to get this 1 in 1,000 shot. You're probably the best driver for it. What was that? What was that? What was that? I saw something. Oh my God! Oh no, it's you!
My name is Godfrey. Whoa! The hammer of justice packs a mean punch.
Oh, I fooled you, didn't I? I thought I really had it too. I actually thought I got it. I saw blue and white, yeah, and the silhouette kind of looked like, oh my God. What is my luck? That's 2 rare blades in a row, and I'm not even using legendary cores. I was mistaken a little bit earlier saying that I had 7 to go. I actually had 8 to go, but now it's 7. 1 core crystal later. Okay, I need to look at this. I need to see if Godfrey is somebody that I want to raise. He is. He would benefit from having his trust risen right now. I'm kind of happy if you ended up on anybody, it was Zeke. Zeke and Morag are the 2 better drivers for the shield hammer. What am I? Pyra! And we got a new mission in Uriah. Okay. One at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Pyra?
That's what... I'm not done polishing my skills yet.
Can that be cooking, please? No, it's focus. Okay, well, we got that taken care of. Ew, she's made 26... Ooh, maybe you actually... Oh, you do actually need 50 items for this level. I swore that it was total, but I guess I was wrong. Okay. Perform a blade combo, driver combo, but anyone can do it. That we can't do at all. That's just using her special. That's using her special. This one we can't do. Okay, so everything's pretty much playing normally except for the cooking. Hey. Mololo spread teachings of Praetor with Master Sephiroth throughout the whole of Alrest. Words of blessings that free any soul from weight of sins. Mololo already experienced for self, so should be able to express to others now too. Young Mololo is a wonderful disciple. I have never known another with a heart so pure and full of faith. This is all thanks to the teachings of Indol with which Praetor Amalthus has blessed us all. Would you care to study his teachings with me as well? It is never too late to build a brighter future. I don't think so. I see. That is a shame. You would make a worthy disciple, I feel, if you set your mind to it. From here, I'd like to go around and see if anybody has new things to say. Ah, the refugee camp. So apparently, the bigwigs have some kind of meeting to put an end to war peacefully. Is something wrong? I just can't see the conflict really ending. Not as long as there are blades in the world. You might as well be walking around toting weapons in everyone's faces. Down with blades! We'll never have true peace until we rid the world of blades completely. Ripple? Ah, with clothes like that, you're a real fudge Ripple, I see. The goddess of the Praetorium is dead, I hear. That's what they get for dealing in blades and sending them out into more Ardan Uriah. Sorry, that was disrespectful of me. Pretend you didn't hear any of that. The goddess was the reason we got all our food rations after all. Dorid? This is a pretty horrid state of affairs, wouldn't you say? Is the goddess of the Praetorium a goddess of fortune, do you think? There are tourists who toss coins over the edge at Milama Viewpoint, but a lot of them actually land around here. And there's been more than usual with the whole funeral business. I should thank the goddess for that, I suppose. Wait, who's up Tex? Yeah, he's up there. What is Tex doing in Nevada? Oh, I got hurt from hitting the rope. Oh, not what I expected to find. So, Nim. One of her field skills is phonics linguistics, the power to speak with phonics, exclusive to Nim. She can talk to animals. Okay, that's kind of funny. We'll have to remember this for later then. Morag's not in the party, they thought of that. Halaric. I overheard the soldiers discussing something about Mor Ardain and Uriah. I'm Ardanian myself, but I'm not too thrilled about the way our military goes about things. That refugee camp's full of people who lost their homes in the territorial war Mor Ardain waged on Gormod, isn't it? All I can do is stand here tossing money down and praying for peace. I thought it'd be good to talk to everyone we did, though, because with the events unfolding the way they are, lots of people would have lots of differing opinions on this, and I wanted to see all of those. Where we're headed is down into that plaza down there. Get to see, oh, you! I talked to you earlier. Sure is a good thing my blade's so powerful. The other day, my blade found a poor sod who'd fallen into Indol's back. She was from the refugee camp. She said she didn't want any help from a blade, got quite angry. But we couldn't just leave her there like that, so we had to manhandle her out of there. Just remembering how kindly Lady Fan used to treat all the refugees. I cannot understand how anyone could bring themselves to take the life of such a kind and noble soul. It feels as though the Indol I know and love is gradually slipping away. It scares me a little.
Tensions seem high.
From what I gather, it seems an official summit is to be held between Mor Ardain and Uriah.
A summit? You mean about the recent punch-up? But I thought...
Didn't Praetor Amalthus get them to stop and sort it all out?
Perhaps there are some discussions they would prefer Indol not to be privy to.
Besides, Uriah doesn't like to associate too closely with Indol. They'd hate to be seen as acquiescing to the Praetor's will. Got to keep up appearances, you know?
Acquiescing? You what?
Like letting him tell them what's what.
For such a spanner, you sure use some big words. How come?
Stop calling me that! Buzz off, kitty no-mates! Anyway, this summit would explain why Morag isn't around.
Indeed, she has much to attend to.
Shared sovereignty over Gormot.
Yes. I don't think anything less will be sufficient to placate them.
The Senate would never approve it.
I can overrule them by decree. Of course, I would need to secure Senator Roderick's cooperation.
Imperial decree? If it's come to that, well, then I cannot dissent. I cannot help but admire your courage, Your Majesty.
That means a lot, coming from you.
Acting Chairman Nira.
Sorry for intrude. Is emergency, so Nira take liberty of drop by unannounced.
You certainly look troubled, Chairman. So, what is this emergency you speak of?
Well...
So, we can make our way to Tantal from here. I assume the Praetor has a ship waiting for us.
Hey, Shalad.
What?
Are we really gonna just leave Morag behind?
Who's leaving anyone? She's got her own priorities, you know?
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, her schedule is filled with official duties right now.
For sure. It's just a bit of a shame is all. You know, since we came all this way together.
I guess I know how you feel, chum. Huh? Speak of the devil?
Banner's going for the summit.
On top of everything, an assassination attempt?
If blood gets spilled at the summit, it'll mean war.
War's good for business, after all. I guess he wants to use that to get himself back in with the guild.
Why, that little? I was wondering where he'd slunk off to. What a sneaky git.
It seems Acting Chairman Nira wishes to take care of this incident covertly, to avoid it reflecting badly upon the guild.
So you came to us?
If we mobilize the army, the whole thing will become public.
Oh, I get it. So we're a more convenient solution.
I'm not forcing you. If you refuse, Bridget and I will do what we can alone.
Ah, come off it, lady. You wouldn't even think of dragging us into this, if you thought you could handle it on your own.
I suppose not. You know Bana as well as I. There's no telling what he might be plotting.
According to Acting Chairman Nira, several giant weapons were being built at the factory where we last saw him. And one of them is currently unaccounted for.
Giant weapons.
Got it. Besides, you know, we've got our own score to settle with him.
Thank you. It will be easier to focus on my duties knowing you are on the case. Good luck.
Leave it to us.
We gotta talk to lots of people. This is the first time, I think, where when gathering information, you have to talk to every single NPC and not just the right one or two. Have you heard anything about untoward going on at the Orion Ardanian Summit? Well, I saw these weird bird people. Not like Nopon, a bit bigger than that, and really birdy looking. Oh man, we're gonna meet Hyentia! I think I saw pictures of them before in a picture book. I can't remember what they're called. Tirkin, maybe? That's it, they're called Tirkin. Thanks, that was really bugging me. But what would a bunch of Tirkin be doing in a place like this? Thank you so much. I do wonder, myself an Ardanian, yet I live under the protection of Indol. And the Orions and Gormati here, for instance, seem to get along just as well. But just take a look at those lot. Clutching their tools of conflict and fixing one another with the coldest of stares. They can't even have a civil discussion short of holding a banquet like this. Don't you think it's absurd? If they have the time they should be wasting on such extravagances, they should use it to save their own suffering people. It does frustrate me. Sometimes I think the people running these nations could learn a thing or two from our camp. Thanks for preaching and not helping us in the slightest for what we were asking and wasting our time. Patisk! What a cool name. He looks cool too. There was one request I thought was decidedly suspicious. We had a fellow Nopon fellow asking about the supplies of poisonous substances. But from what I hear, he's been asking around other places too. Who knows what he might be plotting. That was weird how it advanced twice there. I only pressed it once. Maybe it was just, drifting. I told him we do not handle such items here, of course. Then he left soon after, that's all I said. Perhaps there are untoward intentions on the more Ardain side. Frankly, I would expect it. But I can assure you that we of Uriah have no intentions of trying anything funny. The word of Queen Rakura is absolute. We trust in our queen as she wills it. We gladly put our weapons aside. There is no need for concern. Of course, if the queen ordered me to take up arms, I would gladly fight tooth and nail against those Ardanian dogs. You would do well to not forget that. Thanks. There's certainly something not quite right going on. I saw a very large wooden box being transported onto the Titan battleship. It was accounted for on the inventory list, so most of my colleagues think it's no problem. But I honestly can't imagine what they would want such a huge box for. I'm worried about what might be inside. That's the most worrying thing we've heard so far by a lot. Everyone's just all like, yeah, I'd kill those Ardanian dogs. Do you have any idea how much better of a person I am than the other people involved in this thing? I bet they're up to no good though. No, you know what's up, man. Podrag's men are the only ones we can trust. The Ardanian Titan battleship has extremely sturdy defenses. I doubt there's a single weapon in this whole port that could damage it. Besides, I hear the main conference will only be attended by a very select group of trustworthy individuals. I can't imagine how any miscreant could hope to get in close to the VIPs to harm them, even if they wanted to. A lot of people are on edge, but I don't think there's anything to worry about. You're the most level-headed one we've talked to. These people are just getting better and better. Nothing untoward is going on in the Ardanian army, I assure you. Those who have come to Indol belong in the Kareg Imperial Guard. Elite soldiers who have sworn solemn oaths to protect the Emperor. So if anything suspicious were going on, I'd venture it would have to be on the Urian side. I find it difficult to tell what those people are thinking sometimes. We're back into the ditches here. Don't you just love it when people like take time to talk about how great they are instead of actually answering your question? Hey, have you heard about anything suspicious going on at the Uriah Ardanian Summit? There's a current climate. I fear almost anything could happen. I can scarcely wait for the day when that huge, awful Titan battleship is gone from our shores. It pains me to even see such an unsightly structure in our beautiful city. I am sure all upstanding Indoline citizens resent its presence. Why can Mor Ardain and Uriah not cease all this foolish conflict and simply submit themselves to the will of Indol? Because belonging to your religion wouldn't make their Titans stop dying, you know? Bro, why don't you just stop fighting wars over land? It's not like you need land to live on or anything. How about you just, you know, say you like our bird, a really sweet bird up in the sky, man. That solves all your problems. Oh, I have a good one for you. Nia, Poppy very interested to hear details on this. Some kind of ingredients with a monstrously foul odor were carried into the Ardanian Titan vessel. The stench was so strong I can still smell it on my clothes. There were other ingredients too, weird and wonderful, a lot of them. I don't know what they're for, but it can't be for your average recipes. Coetuous Wharf number 2. We gotta go down this way all the way to the front of the ship. Probably not getting in those doors, but we can still say that we got really close. Welcome to Indol. I've been here a long time. What do you say? I gotta stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. We mustn't be careless. Nira! Not often we get to talk to you, not since your secret base. Nira, think high probability banner lying low somewhere in Indol. Nira, just pray we able to blow this case wide open before Queen Rakura arrive. Nira, counting on you. Problem at the summit? A ridiculous notion! The summit will be held aboard the Titan battleship, so we have no need to fear attacks from outside. This door is the only entrance, and it will not be opened until just before the summit to admit Queen Rakura. We have not allowed a single suspicious individual to pass this point. As such, there is no need to fear attack from within either. So that's it, all of it. Now we gotta go to the El Naturo Inn and see if we can gather our heads in the information gathered. Here we are. We've gathered quite a bit of information now. Yeah, and plenty of it blatantly bogus. But there were some rumors in there that did bug me a bit. Time to sort out the real dirt from the baseless suspicion. Ooh, detective time. First, we clear up basic premise. Who is targeting Summit of Nations? Is former Chairman Bana Master Pawn forget already? No, Tora not that stupid. Is traditional for deducing to start by listing information everybody know. Proper flow is for Rex to think carefully and provide answer. Okay. On to where the next basic premise then. Where is the summit to be held? You are free to answer these questions incorrectly, and it's quite funny to do so. Inside the Sanctum of Indol, right? No, that's where we had the last big meeting. This summit is between the leaders of Mor Ardain and Uriah alone. They would hardly hold it under Indol's nose. The Sanctum of Indol, right? They just do that again. The Ardanian Titan battleship. It's inside the Titan battleship from Mor Ardain. Yes, that's right. It seems like Bana is planning an assassination, but What method do you think he might be using? Sinking the whole battleship! Wasn't there a rumor he might sink the whole Titan battleship? What? That's terrible! We must get Morag out of there at once! Hold on. I don't remember any rumors like that. Actually, weren't people saying the Ardanian battleship's so tough nobody would be able to harm it? Huh? Now that you mention it, maybe that it was what they said. Let's try this. He's hiding his face. This is like a Professor Layton investigation gone wrong. Stabbing! There might be a spy lurking inside, ready to stab the target. Oh, Tora, remember that rumor? Guards say ninja spy, ready to stab Emperor and Queen at moment of handshake. Very dramatic. Poppy think Master Pond been dozing and off and dreaming. Yes, I don't recall any rumors of that nature. Meh. Actually, didn't we hear that only a few select trustworthy people would be attending from both sides? No need to worry about ninja spies then. Come on, Rex. At least try to think of things before you speak. Sorry. Oh, they weren't gonna poison him, were they? I think the method might be poison. Yeah, the ship's totally secure from the outside, and only trustworthy people will be attending after all. I guess the only method that really leaves is tampering with the food. But when would the poison be added, and to what exactly? Rex didn't listen to what Nia just said, but that's okay because neither did Dromark, so he set a bad example. But did we not hear the main conference would only be attended by a select trustworthy individuals? It might be possible to contaminate the water supply before the conference begins, might it not? And if it were me, I wouldn't even drink any water at a conference like that. Can't be too careful around people you don't know very well. Is that how it works? Maybe there's a more effective method. It's gotta be the meal at the banquet, right? Yes, I can hardly imagine the VIPs will be preparing their own food. I'd quite like to see Morag and Bridget try cooking for a banquet.
Hellfire!
Me too, Pyro. Wow, you're talking about the important things. And someone was saying they'd seen lots of weird ingredients being carried inside, right? Indeed they were. Suspicious box carried inside too. Could the strong flavored ingredients be to hide the taste of the poison? You're sharp, Rex. I bet that's exactly what they're for. The only question left is, who will be carrying out the poisoning itself? Let's see now. This is the one that you do not get another chance to answer. I'm gonna say the Tyrkin. Could it be those Tyrkin? The ones the girl was talking about. Bennett used Tyrkin as minions before. Toro, remember, from Artificial Blade Factory in Morardane. I can see how they might be more convenient for him than hiring professional assassins then. Yeah, but do you think Tyrkin know the first thing about cooking? I don't know about that. Listen, I think we're just going around in circles here. If we know somebody's probably gonna poison the food, why don't we go check out the battleship itself? Good point. Regardless of who's carrying it out, we should act fast if we're gonna stop this plot. Then it's settled then. Everybody go to dining hall of Ardanian battleship. So, I watched one Masayanella play this part of the game, and she was kind of zoning out during it, but she was guessing all the answers to this correctly on the first try. And it was so funny because she thought she was answering wrong, and she's like, wait, no, crap, I'm gonna look like an idiot in the middle of all this. And she was going in there thinking that she had the wrong guys. It was so funny. Here's what the other options do if you are curious about the other two. Screw those people. Could it be the Indoline citizens? They certainly didn't seem happy about the whole situation. Poppy think they seem to not like Orions and Ardanians very much. I can see where you're coming from there, but do you really think they would actually try to assassinate anyone? The people of Indol are not known for desiring conflict. And then Nia just says you're talking in circles like she does at the other time. The refugees that we never even talked to seem pretty angry. Can you blame them? It is thanks to the conflict between Morardane and Uriah that they have no homes. A summit between the two nations will hardly amuse them. It's not hard to imagine Banna taking advantage of that resentment. How would the refugees get near the banquet food to poison it, though? Good point. And here is Nia to save the day. And with that, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we go aboard the Ardanian Titan ship and stop this assassination plot. See you guys then.